What's good, YouTube? And welcome to Bonanza absolutely popping off. I haven't seen numbers like this in my inbox since, I want to say, Rarity Collection 1, and then when the Megatons were relevant, not failed 4 years in a row, and were trusted to do something, and people would order whole cases. Now, I do want to say thank you for using code What'sGood5 for 5% off, and to support the channel directly, and also, these numbers can get a little skewed because they are from international orders, such as places like Brazil, where they know they're not going to get a lot of the product, and a lot of people with this set are underestimating the past format players and how many things they want from it, and to secure it in those regions can be a lot harder. So I do know that international is a huge play, and regions like those are desperate for some of the cards and in the nice rarities. With pre-sales, I did warn, I wouldn't buy a lot of the things on tier 0. There's about a dozen or so cards I think will go up, and some of those will be over time rather than maybe in the immediate. You can't call all the market, and it is speculation. But I do also want to say thanks for choosing to use code What'sGood5 for 5% off and to support the channel directly. I want to have the same kind of living without being able to bring sponsors and y'all together while also saying my honest thoughts. And that would be, you can use my TCG player, link in the description down below, costing you nothing extra to support the channel directly, but I would not touch with a 10-foot pole any of these pre-sales over on TCG player. I think many of them will be coming down, if not all of them. They're grossly overinflated versus other pre-sales, even if they've sold out in other places, and the sales are very small, which leads me to believe maybe someone's trying to start that avalanche, or maybe it's some poor soul that actually spent 100 on this QCR Blue Eyes over here from the set list. You can just compare it to Gamer's Choice Tier 0. These sellers are not motivated even when they're lining up, and it's just kind of sad. Now, when it does come to pre-sales over on Tier 0, many of them at the top end sold out past some of the things I would be buying, of course, and my short list was, if you didn't check last video, I like BLS even though it's atop the set. It's just iconic, even though GOAT format's fallen off a little. It is such a good card. Thunder King Ryo in QCR, and the Plat Secrets I think were around $10. The Hero Alter Art Poly looks Chef Kiss. The DMGs ended up being shorted in the EU due to early reports looking at them all sharing one slot, it seemed. So the Mega 10 pack DMG I liked the most, and then the movie pack one, and then I never bet against a draw card like Upstart Goblin. Absolute Zero is also pretty chill, pun intended. But when it comes down to all these cards, it's pure speculation. I can be wrong. They could go down and then up. They could go down and down. When I do it as long as I have, and I've reiterated this with pre-sales, you are gambling to some degree. You're going versus the estimated value chop-up pull of these sellers who look at a set and are trying to make money versus the lower-end things and trying to get people to build a cart altogether, and also go for those staples like SP Little Knight and Thrust in order to hit that free international shipping. However, there's deals to be had every single pre-sale for the most part. Very few fall out like Maven's did, where it was absolutely insane, and there weren't shorts in the US for the mill cards and that kind of stuff. Now, a lot of people are saying quarter century secret rares are no longer special with all these printed, yet here's a list of buyouts this very week. Labrynth did very good at the YCS in Japan, and if it's not hit on our ban list, well, it's looking like one of the options to be able to continue into future metagames that's already out, and for certain variants is somewhat budget. Well, they are playing Dominus Impulse, so budget, you know, if you're trying to play without that card and you could still win, but you want that card. That being said, Butler Quarter Century Secret Rare absolutely bought out with that. Welcome Labrynth absolutely bought out for its Quarter Century Secret Rare. We see Destructive Dharma Cannon, Dharma, my bad. It is also going up. What would a YouTuber be without messing up a couple of words? It's been going up consistently. Solemn Strike's interesting to me because it was not in the winning list. I believe it was only Solemn Judgment, if I'm not mistaken, but it's been going up very solidly and is in full buyout mode, so even those lower end ones are getting traction, and Solemn Judgment itself has been going up over time and is also around $20, not from a fresh buyout, just creeping up over time. Dimensional Barrier has been consistently going up as well and is $35, but it's not just the Labrynth stuff. Also, Bestial Lubellion over here on another fresh buyout, re-spiking up while every single version of this is going down in quantities and slowly back towards an uppage in price, and it's a great engine. I can't blame people. Then the Blue Eyes White Dragon Quarter Century Secret Rare is also up from that Kaiba briefcase. We've talked about this, but it's gotten traction. It's gotten sales up here at this point as people prepare for the Blue Eye Structure Deck and wanting to go ahead and play it. Now, I was going to bring up Dragon Master Magia, but I feel like that's not fair in the conversation of QCRs that are hot, and actually it's trailing off a bit. People are now selling this as low as $850 again and under $900. And the sales rate really slowed off versus the hype of the Blue Eyes deck. You can see a lot of people spent way too much, $1,100. If they just waited a couple of weeks, they could have saved $300-400. That's how it goes sometimes, but in cases like this, yeah, people get shaky. People start listing. These are top-rated sellers with it in stock near mint. So when it comes to this card, it's just a crazy ride and roller coaster to watch. I would have probably sold it 4 figures if I had anything to do with it. And I love the market theories. Oh, John's pumping Magia. Oh, he's trying to build this hype around. And I'm like, no, I probably would have stopped touching anywhere near it once it was over 500, let alone towards 4 digits. But yeah, I do not own any. I've never owned any, and I'm probably not going to unless somebody handed me off one for free. So when it comes to this card, I would also sell it. I don't care if it's a gift. Like, I don't believe in this card, and I hope it gets a reprint. This is a special exception, and I'm trying to show quarter century secret rares have people going in mass. A lot of them. So it's not like this rarity that's just, oh, there's so much of it, it's no longer special. It comes down to the specific cards, how hard it is to get, how people perceive it, and that's going to be the thing with this, even if there's a ton of them. Yes, there's going to be junk ones, just like ultimate rares. Ultimate rares have junk ulties, and then they have ones that are held in high esteem and playable for past and current formats, and that's exactly what's happening here. So all the naysayers of, oh, this set, it's going to crash it all down. Rarity 2 didn't do that. Rarity 1 didn't do that. Why do you think the third one's going to do it? Let me know. Necros of Aridbear? I don't know. I can't pronounce that one. I'm sorry, not going to try again. It's been going up as one of the ones that didn't get reprinted as people prepare for new Necros support to be announced. I missed Golden Rule that went up in price from Jesse Cotton's Crystal Beast run. It's like a $2 to $3 card now, and then that's about it. I thought the Boomer thing was also funny because of the actual Yugi Boomer kind of set phase to Bonanza, and I'm being targeted here. Thanks for watching today's Market Watch. I'm gonna go do the Pokemon TCG app, and then I'm also going to do Lugia Raid Hour. I've just been so Pokemon out. Actually, I want to say I do very much relate to this right now. Let me know if you do too. And it's also shown me how much Yu-Gi-Oh could be with card arts and stuff like that, so I get why QCR for some, it's like, oh, look over there, look over here, look at these other games. Why do you feel this way about QCR? For Yu-Gi-Oh, it's about as good as it gets till we get like Overrush rares or something similar for TCG, and maybe they do that for the 30th, but you are looking at that promotion maybe starting a year early, ending a year late, just like this one, and dragging on. But when it comes down to it, a lot of great reprints, a lot of decent looking cards in the rarity, and the money wouldn't speak otherwise if people didn't feel that way, in my opinion.